Hey, it's Hip Hop and R&B right here on 103.5 The Beat with Pop and Keith. Got a special guest all the way from Wynwood. From an amazing establishment. Actually, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. Please introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Alan Ket, and I'm here from the Museum of Graffiti.
Yes! So, first of all, Alan, I need you to explain what the Museum of Graffiti is all about.
The Museum of Graffiti is the first and only museum in the world dedicated to graffiti and the art movement that has sprouted all around it. And so for 6 years, we've been carrying the flag, the torch of the graffiti art movement, teaching thousands of visitors from around the world about the wonderful art movement that started right here in the United States 50 plus years ago.
Wow. Can you talk about your relationship with this? Why this is so important to you?
Absolutely. So everybody knows me as Ket. I started in New York City in the 80s on the walls, on the trains, painting graffiti in my hometown of Brooklyn, and just fell in love with it. And for me, it's been a lifelong journey to paint, to travel around the world, document it, interview everybody, put out books, write about it, curate, and be this torchbearer for history, because I came up in a time with the great OGs of this movement, and I want to make sure that they're known and they're celebrated, because I got the opportunity to meet them and learn from them. And so it's been an incredible lifelong mission.
Maybe you could help me. And I know this is a little off script.
Talk to me.
There was I love graffiti. I was a huge fan of it. Subways, walls, where have you. There was a certain graffiti artist out of Brooklyn, where I'm from, in the area that I'm from. There was a bully who used to pick on me. And this graffiti artist, he wouldn't speak, he wouldn't talk. He was super popular based on his name, which I'll give to you in a minute. And one day this bully decided he wanted to embarrass me in front of the school and what have you. And this graffiti artist came to my defense. Loved his work prior to that, so it almost felt like Superman came down. I'm hoping you know who he is. He went by the name of Skip.
Skip. What school? What area?
Brooklyn, Crown Heights.
Brooklyn. I don't know Skip from Crown Heights. But you know what's amazing about, people like Skip and all these artists, they put themselves out there, whether it was painting at night or painting in the daytime or intervening with bullies and just being these, like you said, these superheroes. And these artists of this movement are superheroes. If you remember, since you're taking me back to Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
This was not loved back then. This art movement was ridiculed by adults. The authorities hated it. The artists, the writers, they got locked up. Teachers were against them. Families were against them. The ones that remained true to it and pushed on against their parents' wishes, against their teachers' wishes, became incredible artists. And this is in spite of all those things. You come to Miami, there's a neighborhood called Wynwood. When you walk around that neighborhood, you see the greatness of this art movement. When you come to the Museum of Graffiti, you learn about the history of these artists, and of a real movement that came from the inner city of New York, from your neighborhood, from Crown Heights, from my neighborhood, and blew up worldwide. This year, we honor one of the greatest writers ever from this movement named John One, who's from Harlem. Here you have a Dominican cat from Harlem, 156th Street and Broadway to be exact, who did amazing trains in the 80s. I remember them on my way to school. There were some of the most beautiful murals on the sides of trains, and then went to Paris to try to make it in the art world and did it.
Wow.
And he's come through with an exhibition that is beautiful, deep, introspective, and you get to learn about his history, and then you get to see masterpieces that he's painted inside the museum and then brought over from Paris, where he now lives. And so the museum is a very special place where if you are in Miami, you get to learn about this global art movement. We celebrate the locals, we celebrate the nationals, but we bring together an international movement. People like John One going to Paris, taking graffiti to Paris, influencing those young people, It's kind of how it worked. When we think back to the 80s, when this really started to take off, because this is a movement that goes back to the early 70s, late 60s. You have movies like Style Wars, Beach Street, all these movies, some scripted, some
Wild
documentaries,
Style.
Wild Style, that introduced people like Lee Quiñones and all the greats, Lady Pink, to the world. And it's our charge to share that and give you the audience that comes to visit the depth of it. So this year is our 6-year anniversary of doing this work. And we bring you John 1, El Tigre, solo show, incredible. We bring you a show from Sao Paulo, Brazil, called Pichação, Marks of Rebellion. That's a style that you only see in Sao Paulo. They have their own tagging style, their own graffiti style. We brought that over, and 3 of the artists are coming over with that show. Really, really beautiful, special show. We have a show called Origins, since we're talking about roots and foundation. Origin traces back the first paintings ever done by graffiti artists on canvas, which we're actually showing. So we have paintings from 1973 that haven't been seen since 1973.
Wow.
Really incredible. I can't even believe that we have them,
Right.
and that we're able to present these works, because they're treasures. It's a time capsule. So we have that. We also did the research and found the first paintings ever done in Miami and shown in Miami from 1989, and we're showing those works. And within those works is a very special work by Seam, Max Torres, one of the pioneers from Wynwood, that goes back to about 83. He recently passed away, and so we have some of his work on display as well. So we're really excited for that. But you also know that we have a spot called the Art of Hip Hop right
Yes,
next
of
door to
course.
the Museum of Graffiti, and there we've converted it into a show by 2 UK artists, Slon and Opaque, and so that show is outrageous, complete with the boxing ring. It's
Yeah, I've seen that
special,
promo. Yep.
and then at the private gallery next door, because we also want to make these artists have a lane to sell their work. We have 2 shows, one called Inner Child, that's a survey of artists that are really doing beautiful paintings that talk to the innocence of, and not just the innocence, to all of childhood, and a really special show by a local artist named Gabriela Noel with a show called Banditas that's really, really touching and beautiful, and I'd love for everybody to come down to Wynwood and see it. And we kick off our Art Week festivities starting on Wednesday morning with the John 1 opening. But we have music, we have DJs, we have live musical acts, we have food, we have drinks. Our friends from Zigzag are doing something crazy. We have the Rusto Daily Battles. We have incredible artists battling on our patio to see who's got the best style. So we're really excited about that. And then, of course, our friends at Modelo and Johnny Walker are providing drinks. And so we're excited.
We are too. Thank you for allowing us to be in the space.
Yeah.
We're going to be broadcasting live there on Wednesday and Thursday. So as well as Drink Champs will be there on the Wednesday. So we're really excited for all of this coming together. You know what I mean? I would really like you to take this opportunity to let people know how they can register, buy tickets, and so forth to all the amazing opportunities you just mentioned.
Sure, absolutely. So if you go to the Museum of Graffiti's website, museumofgraffiti.com, you will see our entire Art Week lineup from Wednesday through Sunday, and you just get your tickets right there. You'll see that we have panel talks with legends like the Tats Crew, brought to you by Truist. You'll see that we have Damon John coming through with Shark Art on another day. You'll see all these other talks with John and so many other people. So you just go onto the website, museumofgraffiti.com, pick your day, pick the week package, and come on through and party with us.
I want to thank you and Allison for all your contributions, for all your hard work, time, your vision that you put into this. You know, sometimes we do things, we work on things, and we don't know if people are going to really understand, accept it. Our passion drives us. I'm happy that you're able to celebrate 6 years, and obviously each year you're getting bigger, better. It's growing. Thank you for doing this for hip hop. Thank you for doing this for graffiti, for the artists. You know, you are an unsung hero.
It's our pleasure. We do this because we love it. We do this because we feel responsible to contribute to this art movement, to this culture that we're a part of. And it truly is an honor to do it. I get to work with my heroes. I get to work with people that I admire. I get to meet new and wonderful artists that are doing special things around the world. We get to bring them here to share them with everyone in Miami, which is just, it's a dream to do it. Obviously, it's hard work and we grind, but it's really a dream. And, you know, we look for like-minded people like yourself to help us bring it to life, to the public's attention. We work with great corporate sponsors that also kind of get it, you know, and this year we have a great lineup of great people that have supported us to be able to make our dream a reality.
Well, we can't wait to jump it off on Wednesday, my brother. Please let everybody know also how they can follow, you know, the museum, well, both of them actually, and any other information that you like our audience to have.
Absolutely. So we're on all over social media. Please follow us on Instagram. It's at Museum of Graffiti. Actually, on all the social channels, it's at Museum of Graffiti. We have an incredible Instagram sort of social media content team that pushes out all kinds of great information. You can learn about what we're doing there. We do our own podcast. You can see that on YouTube and all the podcast channels. And Art of Hip Hop, same thing. Art of Hip Hop on IG, Art of Hip Hop on YouTube, on TikTok. Follow us, see what we're doing. And what you don't get to come and see in person, you'll see through social media and learn a lot about this movement.
That part. Big shout out to Nucleus as well. I know they're going to be out there. I got introduced to them last year.
Yeah, big up to Nucleus. So for those that don't know, inside our buildings, we have a podcast studio powered by Nucleus. And so if you're a fan of podcasts and you want to do it, you can come in and record your own podcast and take that with you. It's a nice setup, 4 cameras, mics, and people do it. People come in, book some time, and they jump in, do it, yourself included, right? During Basel, it's fun. You could come in and interview people on the spot. It gets pretty busy, but you can grab somebody and do an interview and memorialize it and have it, and then launch it on your own, you know, channels later.
Yes,
so
I
big
love
up
it.
Nucleus.
Just love what you guys are doing. Love the partnerships. See you Wednesday, my friend.
See you on Wednesday.
Some fun.
Thank you so much.
All right, King.